Relax. It's ASMR. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a hopefully oddly satisfying ASMR video. Today we are going to be looking at this mix and mash toy. I guess it's a toy. I don't know how else you would classify it. It does look like fun, so. It has a part of it that is a slime, and then it has another part of it that is sand. And so then you're supposed to mix those together and get something that is different, at least in texture. So let's open it up here. I'm going to find a corner here and tear it. Run my finger around it this way. Come around the other side here. Okay. Well, that at least separated out the cardboard hanger. Which is attached, glued down to this here. Let's get this paper off. This isn't really an unboxing because this isn't a box, but it's a circle. I don't know what to do. So this should pop. There we go. It's a tight fit. Okay, so that is all of the packaging done. And it says Compound Kings. Well, not quite all of the packaging, because then this is obviously sealing it against drying out. This side doesn't make as much noise. It's not as wrinkly as that side. Okay. Then we have this tab here. It's very tightly sealed. And it broke off. Okay, well, that's not doing us any good, is it? Luckily, I have my handy dandy little tool here. We can run it around this edge very gently. Okay, and that should give us a good start. Lift this corner up here. There we go. Now if we pull it across, it's also sealed right here down the middle. Yeah, it's not. This is very well sealed. So we're just going to have to do the other side. Right around like that. Pull it up. And we have a little flap. So we're just going to ignore that flap. Pull out. There is another piece of plastic buried okay. Wow. Okay. That was more packaging than I thought there would be. Let's see if we can separate it from this other piece of plastic. It seems to be pretty well stuck. It is kind of sticky, but not too bad. I like the color. Kind of the teal. It's like a dark teal. It sticks to itself pretty well. So it's an easy way to get it off of your fingers. But it's really stuck to this piece of plastic. Okay. That's enough of that. So here is the slime. It says it's super stretchy. And that is definitely true. This has a nice consistency to it. It's like a firm slime. I've had others, some of the ones that I've made have been a little, I don't know, gloopier, a little more liquidy. This is, it seems to have a little bit more of resistance to squeezing it, although obviously not very much. It's just a little bit closer to like chewing gum in its consistency. I just made the paw print of a very weird animal. So, it sticks to itself pretty well. It doesn't make a whole lot of sound. It's pretty silent, so I don't know how much ASMR there is from that. So if we set it up and just let it go, it's kind of hard to tell from directly up above. We'll hold it to the side. It'll slowly run down. It's looking like it's coming off a little darker and grayer on the screen than the actual color is in real life. It's not super vibrant, but it's definitely a nice teal on the green side of teal, not on the blue side of teal. So I may try to bump up the saturation of this video when I'm editing it. See if I can get a little closer to the actual color. Because on the screen it's looking a little olive, drab, gray. It's having a hard time reproducing this color. So now let's try and see what happens when we add in a little bit of the sand. So the sand is a gray, a tan, kind of light khaki color. It is sticking to itself, so it's not a pure just sand. It has a tendency to clump, so it's a little bit like wet sand. It's just wet enough to stick to itself a little bit. Again, very silent. So let's see. Just sprinkle some of this on top of it. And see what it does. See if it sinks into the slime by itself. Thrilling stuff, I know. What will it be like in 2 hours? But we're not going to wait that long. It does seem to be absorbing a little bit of the slime when it hits. Press it down into the slime. It's an interesting texture, the combination of these two things. You can. Let's move this over here. See if we can get a lot of the surface coated with the sand. Move some over here. Just like that. It's kind of fun. So the sand, so if I touch, just wipe my hands off really well. If I touch over here, I can feel the slime wanting to stick to my finger. If I touch here, it doesn't do anything. Let's move all this onto the edge. Tuck it up under here. So I definitely think this is going to reduce the stickiness, which may be why it was super sticky to begin with. So the colors together are interesting. I definitely think you could see these as water and beach, sand and ocean. It's kind of a neat way of thinking about it. Start to scrunch it up onto itself. It also kind of looks like a Jello dessert from the 70s with brown sugar on it. Whoa. I don't know how that would taste. Okay. So we're forming kind of a little pocket, keeping everything in there. Got some neat little swirls going on. Kind of massage it a little bit. Then here's the part that doesn't have any sand on it yet. Okay, now let's see if we really mix it in really well. Twist it like this. Twist it like this. Trap all the sand in all those little layers. Just a few more grains to pick up. So I can kind of feel the grit in it just a little bit. The sand is now definitely mixed. It's very homogeneous. It's a little thicker in consistency by just a little bit. So now let's add some more. We're going to go ahead and dump, oops, a nice portion into the middle. Do the same thing we did before. Looks like a Venus flytrap. Roll it up. It's a lot more sand for it to mix with. It's a little messier this time. I didn't take my time with it. Massage it like I should have. There we go. It's a little bit like working flour into dough. Just have like a kneading action. Just massaging it. I don't know if you can see this on the screen, but the color is changing just a little bit. It's still a green teal, but it's a little bit more muted. It's not as aggressive as it was. Okay. Let's make it a little bit deeper hole here, like a flower. Okay, well, you're just not going to want to do that. And it's obviously not as sticky. As it used to be. Put another batch in here. Okay. Now let's see if I can do this a little bit better this time. I think I need to work the sand into the surface just a little more. So last time was a bit messy. So we'll spread some out over here. Spread some out. I know this is a very grown-up way of doing this. I don't think a kid would take his or her time, but we're not using this as a toy, but as a way to give tingles. Okay, so let's do what we did before. Gather up the sides. Some of it's spilling out. Like a... that just looks weird. Now, do some more massaging. And let's roll it up. Is it still breaking through? It is. Let's go this way. Push it down. Slowly work in the sand. I think it's having a harder time absorbing the sand as it goes, which makes sense. Let's scrape it off the bottom. There we go. Definitely a lighter teal color. Definitely heavier. I feel like I'm doing an alien baking show or something. It's definitely smoothed out the texture. I like that I can make these like swirling shapes That's pretty neat. So I think the texture is actually improving. It's holding a shape a lot more. It's not springing back as quickly or filling in and just collapsing. So the sand is providing some structure to the slime. Kind of like a vertebrae there. Okay, so now let's see what happens when we add all of the rest of the sand. Just going to fill in this hole here. Let it settle down. I don't think we're going to be able to get all of the sand out, but we can get most of it. I think that's a pretty good job. So the sand seems fairly static. It doesn't look like it's collapsing under its own weight. But we can compact it down like that. So now we have kind of a I don't know, island, volcano. Let's bring it together. Let's fold these little sides in to the middle. Push it down. It looks kind of like an alien seed pod or something. We have to mix this in a little at a time. So definitely can now feel the grit and the slime together. It's giving it a very unique texture. Let's see how far it'll actually stretch now. It's still stretchy, but because it is so much heavier, it can pull itself down and string out. That's pretty cool. You can make some shapes with it. So it's almost like a thick syrup or like soft serve ice cream. It doesn't want to stick to my hands as much now. And I find the texture to be a lot more pleasant to work with. So let's see if I can get the surface fairly flat. Push it against the plate here. Let's do that. Well, I would say this is a win. I think adding the sand to the slime has given it a lot more possibility. It's not so quick to fall apart, so it has more structure. So you can do more with it. Although it does seem to want to adhere to the plate a little bit more than it did before. Still fairly silent. I looked online and saw another variation of this that mixed slime with like a phloem, which I've used before on my channel. So I'm going to see if I can find some of that, because I'm very interested to see how that does, because the phloem always seems to make a lot better sounds for ASMR. So, forming it into a small little disc here, like a green flan or something. So I wonder if we cut it, interesting. I don't want to screech the knife along the plate or anything. This has a lot more possibilities than just regular slime for creative expression. Which I like a lot. if I can make it's not quite going to make a spiral. Well, this is obviously a lot more fun to play with than it was before. So now I wonder if I can come out with my finger. It seems to be kind of raising the sand up out of it. But I think it's slowly falling back into the slime. So I'm liking it as a sculpture media. Be interesting to see how it held its shape over time. Let's bring that around this way. So anyway, pretty neat. I give this a pretty high score for playability value, at least for me as an adult. So I don't know how kids would find the playability of this. I think they may want to just smash the two things together for the sake of the experience of smashing things together, but I don't know. I like it. So this has been a great first series of the gifts I got for Christmas that were ASMR related. So far, so good. I may play with this after I finish the video. Okay, so thank you all for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. I have several other gifts that I got for Christmas that I want to make videos out of. So be sure to subscribe to see all of those. And if you have subscribed, thank you very much. And thank you for watching. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.